I see a plague coming on the world, and the bars and the churches and the government will shut down. The plague will hit New York City and shake it like it has never been shaken. The plague is going to force prayerless believers into radical prayer and into their Bibles, and repentance will be the cry from the man of God in the pulpit. And out of it will come a third great awakening that will sweep America and the world. Words by David Wilkerson in 1986, the pastor of Times Square Church. That was then and this is now. Here we are in 2020 and the words of David Wilkerson ring true. We've all been handed a stay-at-home mandate. Our world has come to a halt. But at the same time, ministry has to go on. People need hope. Small groups have become a way of life for the church, a way to move the ministry from the pulpit to the pews and from the pews to the homes. I believe the best ministry the church does happens in circles and not in rows. So I plan to show you how to successfully operate a small group during a time that we're not able to meet physically during a pandemic. It's vitally important to the health of your group, and it's vitally important to the health of the individuals in the group to keep meeting even when you cannot meet in person. I believe all this can happen by forming an online community that enables you to continue to hold your meetings, by keeping contact through online meetings, through phone calls, and through text messages, and by creating projects to complete on your own that you can put together with others, giving each member a sense of belonging. When forming an online community, we've learned that Zoom calls, Facebook Messenger, FaceTime, and even Google Hangouts are invaluable to the group. You need to set up regular meeting times so that people can know and plan how to be there and when to be there so they can be on time and be a part of the group. You need to send invite reminders before meetings begin so people don't miss the meeting. People can get busy and people can get overbooked, so make sure they know when it's happening. And most importantly, allow for times during the meeting for question and answer and for general discussion. People aren't coming for a lecture, they're coming to be a part of a group. Online communities solve the problem of getting together in groups, but person-to-person conversations take it another step. That's where staying in touch through phone calls and text come in. I would encourage you to stay consistent with your calls. Let people know when they're going to happen, whether it be daily or whether it be weekly, wherever it's going to be, so they can plan accordingly. Make sure to convey important information, and also make time to encourage these people that they're in your meetings. Take time to speak into their lives and be a part of what's going on. And finally, allow time for personal interaction. People want to feel valued when they're a part of the group. Online communities bring everyone together. Phone calls allow for sharing from person to person, but to really feel like you're part of the group and part of a team, nothing works better than a group project. By creating group projects, you're able to keep the group focused. In this time of quarantine, the best project is to see a need and to meet a need. We noticed a huge need in our area. I'm sure the same need is in your area as well, a shortage of supplies. The first thing we did was we put a supply list together of toilet paper, of bottled waters, of cleaning supplies, and then we found the members of the group and decided to then tell them, here are the supplies that we need, here's what we need you to get, and then we got a place where we could drop them off, centrally located, the church, where each person would just drop each of the supplies together and drop them off, and then we were able to put them together and put the whole project together and then distribute the supplies to those who were in need. I hope I've shown you that these are just a few steps of making it possible to successfully operate a small group during a time that you're not able to physically meet. By creating an online community, by keeping in touch through the phone, by completing projects together, small groups can continue to thrive even during the times they cannot meet physically. Who would have ever dreamed of this? A time where we became shut-ins overnight, losing all sense of freedom, all sense of community, all at the same time. But knowing that we can still meet physically without meeting physically lets everyone know that we are indeed in this together. Now, don't get me wrong, meeting physically and sharing life face to face and hand in hand, it's the best part of a small group. But just because we can't meet in person doesn't mean that we still can't live together in community.